All right, it is garden goodies, and we don't have very many left. So
No, that's right.
we're trying to savor it while we can, and we've got a really
Something
yummy
good.
one today.
Yeah.
Speaking of savoring,
Yeah.
delicious.
Well, you know, I had to check with you guys ahead of time. I said, should we have this on Garden Goodies? Because it's not officially something I grew in my garden. Yeah. It's Cracklin Cornbread. But it's something I make homemade. You know, eventually some year in the future I'll make cornmeal. Maybe I'll grow some corn, you know. But what I do make is homemade lard. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the pictures here. I was making it yesterday. It comes from pork fat. That's the way it starts out. Then you kind of melt it down and remove the tissue. The fat separates from the tissue, and then you can make these what are called cracklins. What's left over, you can fry up. It turns kind of brown, and it's a very popular southern dish in the southern United States to put those pork cracklins in your cornbread.
It's good.
Yeah, because I had made lard now for a couple of years, and I didn't know what to do with those cracklins. You know, the leftover stuff. I thought I mixed it with venison burger sometimes because that made the burgers a little more juicy because venison is dry. And then here you see some of the lard that I made, pure white leaf lard, low temperature. That's the key to making a good lard for baking and cooking. And then the cracklins go into the cornbread to give it a little bit different flavor, a little crunchiness to it. What do you think about the cornbread?
It's delicious. I'm a big cornbread guy.
Oh, okay.
Last time that I went, I was in Milwaukee at the public market, and I went to the barbecue spot, and they didn't have any cornbread. They were out of cornbread, and I almost didn't get food there because I love cornbread. So.
With your barbecue, right?
Yeah,
It's a pretty common thing that would go together. Yeah.
But the cracklin adds a nice
adds a little something different to it.
It's really tasty.
Yeah, that's right. So it's something to do with the cracklins, and a lot of people, you know, unfortunately, a lot of people do shy away from lard. It's been unjustly, you know, vilified in you know, previous decades. If someone's telling you, oh, you can't get much saturated fat in your diet, well, this has less saturated fat than butter.
Okay.
It's mostly mono unsaturated fat, which is pretty good for you, you know. So I do use the lard more nowadays.
Have you ever done a fish fry with
yes,
lard?
just this past weekend I was on a fishing trip, and that's the way we did it.
That's the best way to do it. Pull up right on the shore over a campfire, dump some lard in a big skillet. And,
it's delicious.
Delicious.
I'll take your word for it. Sounds good.
Well, I'm glad you like this. I tried something a little different from a different part of the country, and I used it, made it before. I thought it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And I know you have something spectacular planned for the last one next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, we're not aware of what it is either, so we'll wait and see.
Oh, yeah. Well, stay tuned for that and for your top stories coming up after this break.